No ring, no rules. You already know the code. Stepping clean. Leave louder. No ring, no rules. We make our own way. No ring, no rules. Legend starts today. No ring, no rules. Watch us take the crown. No ring, no rules. We don't back down. Lights off, name on, pressure in the room. Cold eye, sharp grin, big talk, sealed doom. We came built for it, heavy in the chest. Every line hits hard, every move say less. Hear that hush now, that's the room go still. One breath, one spark, then we break the seal. No ring, no rules. We make our own way. Legend starts today. No ring, no rules. Watch us take the crown. No ring, no rules. We don't back down. No script, only nerve and skill. No leash, no chain, only what is real. From the first word out to the final roar. If you want a war, we give you more. No ring, no rules. We make our own way. No ring, no rules. Legend starts today. No ring, no rules. Watch us take the crown. No ring, no rules. We don't back down.
And we don't back down. That is the song for No Rings, No Rules podcast and your host of the podcast, the one and only CJ in the commentary booth. And we got a lot to talk about on Night of Champions, guys. From new King of the Ring to new Queen of the Ring, we got all the snacks. And we're going to give you our little reactions to this. So let's buckle down to it, guys. Thank you guys for be a part of this podcast and choose this to be your podcast. But I've already introduced myself. And I know there's two guys here that's waiting to be brought in to this podcast here on No Rings, No Rules, episode 5. Ladies and gentlemen, first is a man that's been on No Rings, No Rules before, DJ Chaotic. And another man that's been on the No Rings, No Rules, Ryan Storm.
Category 5 has entered the business.
You might as well just say Category 5. Plus, we got a Storm, so this.
Well, not only that, we got a.
In other words,
we got a Violet tick in the building, and we got a. Oh, what do we got? A chaotic SOB in the room.
I mean, let's talk about the King of the Ring finals, but also let's talk about what opened the show Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker inside a brutal steel cage match. I want to know your guys' your guys' intake on that match.
Well, what started the match was Oba and Jay.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Those two started it, not Breaker and Rollins.
Jay, then. So so let's go to Oba Femi and Jay for the King of the Ring. What was your intake on that match?
I mean, here's the thing, and I'm gonna be dead honest with you. With everything that has been going on, the lead up to it was excellent. I just felt like it could have been either man, but at the same time, you have Oba Femi, who was on a very hot streak at the moment, and I know they didn't want to break the streak. At the same time, you got to ask yourself, what are we going to do with all the fans basically coming down with Jay and everything of that nature? I mean, I don't know what to expect from the fans that didn't want to see Jay succeed. That's just my problem. I mean, why are we having a problem with Jay Uso right now when the real concern should be building Oba Femi to be this powerhouse we all know and love? You know?
Now, here's what I think that by watching the Oba Femi and Jey Uso match, I mean, Oba deserved it. I mean, I'm not going to take his props away, but I think that match could have been a little bit more longer.
I agree.
You know, like,
and then
I mean, don't get me wrong, DJ. Jey Uso's already had his flowers. He's already got in the world title picture. But if you're going to build a guy up like Oba Femi, them two should have went to war, maybe like a, Extreme Rules type match in King of the Ring to make it more epic. But I got to give Oba Femi his props. He done it. He's now King of the Ring. Now he's guaranteed a title match at SummerSlam. We're going to have to watch her on SmackDown to find out which champion he's going to choose. Is he going to go to SmackDown to choose Sami Zayn with the WWE title? Or is he going to go to Raw to take on the OTC Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champ?
And here's my thing about it, because I understand why everybody was so up in arms with this match. Because, we didn't know if a certain beast incarnate was going to show up to cost Oba, as in Brock Lesnar, of course. And then here's the other thing that we got to say to ourselves. What do you do at this present time? Oba has the King of the Ring. What do you do at SummerSlam? Have him have the match at SummerSlam with Roman? Or do you give him the match at SummerSlam versus Brock Lesnar?
Well, they can do it this way. Because a little ideal popped in my head. They may have Oba Femi face Roman for the title and then have Brock screw Oba to make a Night 2 match of Oba versus Brock. Could happen. Not saying it will or won't, but I'm saying it could.
Here's what I heard.
That's a possibility.
Well, boys, here's what I heard about that. Is they were saying that Bully Ray had on his podcast, a little storyline idea for Oba. Have him go up against Brock Lesnar night 1, and if he beats Brock Lesnar, he goes to night 2 and challenges Roman Reigns for the world title.
I don't think that it makes storyline sense because he's already won King of the Ring. He's guaranteed that title match.
So at the end of the day, you gotta say to
It's going to
yourself,
happen this way, Ryan, and I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's going to be not a champions, not one. Not a champions, but SummerSlam. It's going to be not one. Roman versus Oba for the world title. Roman is going to retain due to Brock screwing Oba, and then not two. We're going to see Oba pretty much take back his revenge.
I don't know. It was just a thing that Bully said on his podcast that, they were saying in a video. But it could go that way too, CJ. I'm not saying I'm right, not saying I'm wrong, not saying Bully's right, he's wrong. He just thought could have been a good idea.
I mean, hey, it's
Bully
almost like
Ray.
there's so many different variants you can go with for this whole scenario to go down. But it all depends on what Brock is going to do outright in general. Because you may have the opportunity where it's like this. And I thought of it like this too. Maybe, okay, you have Brock versus Oba, and at the same time, you're basically putting this equation out there. Brock, you have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. At the same time, you can take everything from Oba in general. His spot for the title and bragging rights. Think about that one.
But I also heard that I think SummerSlam could be Brock's last match.
That's why I'm saying the obvious.
Here's what I'm thinking too. It could be a triple threat for the title because it could be Oba versus Roman versus Brock.
Yeah, but CJ, you got to think about one thing. I think Brock's last match might be him and Oba. Because he's getting up there to where he wants to retire now. I'm just saying, CJ. He's getting that to where he's not going to have very many matches left. And I can see the wear and tear on Brock Lesnar's body as he goes out there. I can see it. I mean, he's got a lot of wear and tear.
Now we're going to move on to the next thing that's down on the card for Night of Champions. Now we get into match 2 with Io Sky defeated Liv Morgan to become the Queen of the Ring. And what I've been told, guys, that she's already chose Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. So we're going to see a World Heavyweight title match at SummerSlam already because Io Sky has already said that she wants to face Liv.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan.
And the thing about it is this. I like how it went. I like how the whole thing was presented to us. At the same time, the fact that Danhausen cursed Liv Morgan before the match even started was funny.
Hey, it all works out in the end, though, DJ.
It was kind of hilarious.
They have a plan for Liv Morgan, but then again, I think Liv Morgan had plans of her own, too.
Because what I feel like they're trying to do is, Ryan and CJ, they're trying to break up the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day hasn't been the Judgment Day since Edge was the leader.
DJ, I can see a lot of cracks in the Judgment Day to where they're going to break up anyways. I mean, I've seen a lot of the cracks.
You were saying? Like, everybody knows, in general, the Judgment Day was Edge's baby. Even
Here's
Edge came out on a podcast and said that was my baby until Vince ruined my vision. Dead ass. That tells me a lot. You know?
Now we got the another thing that I'm going to bring up is the Undisputed Championship match between Sami Zayn, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes. Sami somehow pulled it out of his card. I don't know. Like I said, guys, don't know how he done it, but he is now the new undisputed WWE champion. I got to give him props for doing something.
Well, the way it looked when it ended, it looked like he rolled Cody right up in a roll-up. Gunther was nowhere to be seen, but by the end of it, it looked like Sami did a roll-up win on Cody somehow, or some kind of a roll win.
It was almost like I'll give credit where it's due. Don't get me wrong. I'll give credit where it's due because, Sami, it took you 10 tries, 10 cracks at it, and the 10th try was the best opportunity you had, and you called your shot and won. Kudos to you, sir. Even when I saw the quote on Twitter from his good friend Kevin Owens, and I'm like, when Kevin Owens said that he wished he could have been there to see the moment instead of nursing his injury, he wished he could have been there. But I get it. It's one of them heartfelt moments between two friends. And it took since 2011 or 2001, when he came into WWE, he been lights out every time. I can't blame him. Kudos to Sami.
All he had was the NXT Men's Championship and a lot of tag and mid-card titles, right?
Yep, and then here's the other thing. I don't know if y'all got this breaking news, but I feel like there's going to be something stemming where I feel like if y'all didn't see this clip, y'all should go watch it. Nick Aldis got into a confrontation with Gunther, which may lead to Nick Aldis probably being removed as general manager and coming back in to wrestle.
What, where he's going to wrestle Gunther's behind?
That Nick Aldis versus Gunther match might be intriguing.
Now, we're going to get into another match. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker steel cage match. The question is, I want to ask is, what do you guys think of the steel cage match?
I don't know. I couldn't really see it because I was out doing things today or yesterday, and I hardly had any time to watch most of the pay-per-view. All I saw was clips of it.
Then we got, after that, Rollins definitely defeated Braun Breaker. Then we got the United States Championship, Trick Williams and Ricky Saints.
I gotta say, that was like the least. Like, that match was good, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it was kind of if you ask me. Like, it could have been better if it wasn't who it was. But it's cool because I feel like everybody's going to get their opportunity to succeed.
You know, speaking about succeeding, I cannot wait to see Oba challenging whoever he wants at SummerSlam. I'm kind of curious on that, but we're going to get back onto the thing before I fall back into that. We got the Women's United States Championship. Of course, Trick Williams defeated Ricky Saints. Then we got the women's title match. Tiffany Stratton defends the title against Jade Cargill. And, you know, if you watch SmackDown, guys, Jade basically said that she's going to take the title. You know, she held the title while Tiffany was down and, basically telling the fans that I'm going to take the title. But tonight, I guess it wasn't Jade Cargill's night because Tiffany retained as she retained the Women's United States title.
Thanks to a little assistance from Miss Chelsea Green and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, but here's another thing, though, DJ. I've also learned this through my uncle, too. The one before the pay-per-view now, if it's Raw or SmackDown before a pay-per-view, the one that takes the beating is the one that wins half of the time. And if Tiffany took that beating from Jade, she was the one that most likely won. And Jade Cargill, she's doing anything and everything to get back into the title picture scene again. After she lost it to Rhea. What was with the trade noise, CJ? I said something that was true or what? It got quiet.
I don't know what happened. Everybody here, technical difficulties going on, something, anything?
But yeah, DJ, I mean, Jade's trying to do everything she can to climb to the top, and shit's not working for her.
And I feel like this is the thing. Jade is better on her own. At the same time, Michin and BFAB needs a more better direction, if I could say that.
Michin should have been a Women's United States champion by now.
Exactly.
But no, when they first brought it out, they made it like Chelsea Green had to have it first.
And this is my thing. No offense to Chelsea Green, but at the same time, you gotta realize who's the hot hand at that was coming out doing everything at that point. And the hot hand basically was Meek. Yeah. Had the hot hand. Run the hot hand. If you can't see the creative spark, then what's the point of pushing who you're pushing?
Right.
I feel like WWE drops the ball sometimes on creative stories. Mind you. these same creative stories that should make an impact on everybody, on the fans, but somehow you seem to drop the ball.
Well, sometimes they do drop the ball because there's some of the women in the back that deserve the main title scene, except for the ones that we've been seeing circulate all the time.
And it's like there's a huge rotational factor in every angle that we've seen in WWE as of late, and it kind of all culminated into what? Like, let's be honest here, because the whole pay-per-view, you had moments in the pay-per-view where you could have had a shock factor moment, but I guess they played it clean with Ober and Brock to make them feel like. But the thing about it is, that's the kicker part to me. Well, why do we have 2 matches exclusively on ESPN when the whole pay-per-view should be, you should draw more people to the pay-per-view and the ESPN app instead of the actual ESPN local channel?
And again, DJ jump into the women's title scene. It's like, who are they really pushing? Because
Now,
way back when we had
Lay it on me, CJ.
what was your guys' match of the night on Night of Champions?
Like, for that, the night of champ, I gotta hand it to Sammy, because Sammy basically deserved every ounce of
he worked and earned for that.
credibility and respect to get that title.
Well, not
And
only
kudos
that,
to you for crowning, for basically getting the one championship that eluded your whole career.
If Sammy was in the WWE that we know under Vince, I guarantee you Sammy would never got that title. That's the truth.
That's a whole fact.
I'll tell you another thing,
that is a
CJ.
whole fact.
If Vince was still in control, Charlotte wouldn't be in the tag team division now, would she? Like what we're
That's a whole
seeing
fact
now.
too.
Where would Charlotte be? Holding
Charlotte
a
would
top
be-
title
Charlotte
right
would
now.
be going for a title off rip.
And I do not want us to go back to that bullshit. I don't want to see that where Charlotte gets recircuited every time and no new blood in there, like what we're seeing now. I mean, I'd rather see somebody that hasn't held it in a long while or somebody that's never held it before hold it.
I mean, facts.
I mean, there's some of them back there that haven't even held it for so long, like Alexa Bliss. When is she going to get her moment to shine again in the main title scene?
That's a whole truth right there too. In this, you haven't given the opportunity to Alexa. You damn sure haven't given the opportunity to a couple people. But at the same time, when are these people going to get their spot and moment? Because if we're going to focus so heavily on Jade Cargill and so many other people, I mean, where's the equal opportunity?
I'd rather see B-Fab or freaking, Michin in there. Or, even better yet, on Raw. Sure, she's been Women's Intercontinental Champion maybe one time. But they hardly ever give Maxine the time of day.
And that is something that's crazy to me, because I feel like you are holding back so many key individual people. It is crazy.
But yet, here's Robert Stone on NXT everybody's getting their time to shine with the women's NXT top title or even the North American. Everybody's getting their time on NXT and even Evolve. I mean, those stars are coming from Evolve. Even the top champions are coming from there. And they're working with NXT, just like TNA and AAA. It'd be nice to see those stars come on the main roster and compete. I mean, how'd you like to see that, CJ and DJ? A TNA star pop up on the main roster have matches with the main roster people from TNA.
I feel like this is a thing, and don't get me wrong when I say this. You got all this talent, but why aren't we pushing the right pieces? I mean,
I'm going to say this before we close this podcast.
Go for it.
I think the era now of WWE is what we should deserve than what Vince gave us. Because now we get new champions like Sammy. We finally getting our voices to be heard. And not only that, we also getting to see newer talent that we would have never got to see if Vince would still be in office. But if you guys got your final thoughts, add to it, and then we'll close this out.
Yeah, so here's the final thoughts right here. Enjoy what's in front of y'all in this whole wrestling scene, because you never know when it could be all said and done in the long run. So enjoy every moment that we can. Cheer for your favorites. Be there for the crowning aspects of what wrestling is giving us. Don't sit there and complain because a certain individual that you like ain't being pushed. Embrace the moments. And that's all I have to say.
Because it's like you'll never know what they had until it's gone, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, do you got anything you want to say for last thoughts or final thoughts?
I'll enjoy the stars that are of now. And I'd like to keep seeing new blood get the titles or come up from, the under branches of WWE. But yeah, enjoy everything that they've been giving us now, because who knows, one day it could be gone. What about you, CJ? Or do we need to close this out?
I mean, you said what I was going to say. So this is going to be the episode 5 of Not a Champions WWE results for No Ring, No Rules. I want to thank DJ and Ryan for showing up for the podcast, and we will see you guys on episode 6. Thank you. Also, subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
Like the bell.
Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out all the past content available on the channel and leave your feedback below.
Exactly. We will see you guys, and stay tuned for the next episode.